I love that it's just like no funny business, just rubber to the road, pedal to the metal. He's like, no, fuck you. Fuck you. So apparently Jon Stewart got based recently. I mean, Jon Stewart's been based for a while. Do you guys recall his 9/11 speech? I should pull that up, actually. I'll just give you a little smidgen of like his 9/11 speech. Yeah, here's just like a little smidgen of his 9/11 speech. Here's just a smidgen.
They attacked America and these men and women, and their response to it is what brought our country back. It's what gave a reeling nation a solid foundation to stand back upon, to remind us of why this country is great, of why this country is worth fighting for, and you are ignoring them.
So for context, he's addressing Congress about 9/11 victims.
And you can end it tomorrow.
I think it's Congress.
Why this bill isn't unanimous consent and a standalone issue is beyond my comprehension. And I have yet to hear a reasonable explanation for why. It'll get stuck in some transportation bill or some appropriations bill and get sent over to the Senate, where a certain someone from the Senate will use it as a political football to get themselves maybe another new import tax on petroleum, because that's what happened to us in 2015. And we won't allow it to happen again. Thank God for people like John Field. Thank God for people like Ray Pfeiffer. Thank God for all of these people who will not let it happen. They responded in 5 seconds. They did their jobs with courage, grace, tenacity, humility.
It's so genuine. It's so good.
18 years later, do yours. Thank you.
Super based. Fucking love him. So that was just a little bit of Jon Stewart. Just a little taste of Jon Stewart. Now, let's talk about what happened recently with him and why we're bringing him up at all. Apparently, and I don't know Jon Stewart's history, like the extended lore of his history with trans people, but apparently it's not great. But on his new show, The Problem with Jon Stewart, which, contrary to how it sounds, it's not about problems with Jon Stewart. It's about Jon Stewart talking about problems. He confronts Arkansas Attorney General Leslie Rutledge about her anti-trans legislation. I've only watched a bit of this, like 1 minute in, but it's so fucking good. He fucking rails her, dude, in the Marketplace of Ideas. It's insanely good. So I just want to take a look at it, watch the full thing, and you will get a raw reaction out of me after about 1 minute in. Let's go.
Why would the state of Arkansas step in?
Hold on. Fuck, dude. Why is it never loud enough?
To override parents, physicians, psychiatrists, endocrinologists who have developed guidelines? Why would you override those guidelines?
Well, I think it's important that all of those physicians, all of those experts, for every single one of them, there's an expert that says we don't need to allow children to be able to take those medications. That there are many instances where...
But you know that's not true. You know it's not for everyone, there's one.
Right. But that's a lie, right? Like, you're just lying right now, right? I love it.
These are the established.
Well, I don't know that's not true. I don't know that.
Then why would you pass a law then if you don't know that that's true? Wouldn't you?
Well, I know that there are doctors and that we had plenty of people come and testify.
I love that it's just like no funny business, just rubber to the road, pedal to the metal. He's like, no, fuck you. Fuck you.
Our legislature who said that, we have 98% of the young people who have gender dysphoria, that they are able to move past that. And once they have the help that they need, no longer suffer from gender dysphoria. 98% without that medical treatment.
That's an incredibly made up figure.
We are ready for you whenever you're ready.
With any of the
That's so incredibly made up. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Where'd you pull what corner of your ass did you pull that one out of, huh? The duodenum, maybe? It's great.
Studies or documentation that exists from these.
You know what's great about this? This might be the best version I've ever seen of like snarky liberalism. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking like ideological liberalism. I mean, this is the kind of snark that you would see from like kind of like the coastal elites, right? Like the meme about the coastal elites. It's great, but he does it so well and so perfectly. It's fantastic.
Medical organizations. What medical association are you talking about of these doctors?
Well, we have all of that in our legislative
I'll be there in a bit,
history,
Raven.
and we'll be glad to provide that to you. I don't have the name of that off the top of my head. I know it's something that
You don't have the name of the organization that you're
off the
getting
top
that
of my
information?
head.
Oh, okay.
But yes, we have all of that cited and all of
Oh,
our
okay.
briefs.
So you're
You're
unprepared. Then.
suggesting that protecting children means overriding the recommendations of the American Medical Association, the American Association of Pediatrics, the Endocrine Society.
We don't have enough data. We don't have enough to show that these drugs are effective and that these children are better off, and that we should
You don't have
encourage
enough,
these.
or it's not enough for you. Let me try and flip it a different way and see if maybe this can help. In Arkansas, if you have pediatric cancer, and obviously we all want to protect children, I think we established that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Whose guidelines do you follow?
Naturally.
For pediatric cancer?
Well, I think if my child, who is 4, if I was faced with that terrible decision, then I would be speaking to my doctor. And if my doctor recommended something that I disagreed with, then I would get a second opinion. And that's what I believe that these parents need to make sure that they're encouraged to get numerous opinions when they're talking about an irreversible step.
Oh, if I don't like what my doctor says, like let's say that I'm against cancer treatments because I believe in God and I believe in the saving grace of God, and what's the argument here? That like if you don't like what your doctor says, then you just get to do whatever the fuck you want with your kid, like they're a fucking piece of property, like they're. I mean, we talk about this all the time, right? That like conservatives just see their children as like an extension of their own bodies, or even worse, like an object to be thrown around at will. That's not real love. If you're going against the overwhelming recommendation of doctors to care for your children, I don't care what it's for. I don't care if it's for fucking religious reasons or not. You're a bad parent. You're a bad parent. And I will tell that happily and gladly to your face. And I will also suggest that you perhaps give your child up to CPS to be taken better care of by, as shitty as it is, our state system that is supposed to take care of them. But as bad of a job as they do, I don't think they would do as bad a job as some religious nut job who believes that they can do better than doctors who have studied this shit for 8 to 12 years or longer. Just my 2 cents.
You're not
Their
letting
child's
them.
here.
The state's not saying get another opinion. What they're saying is you can't. What you're actually saying
No,
is
that's
the opposite.
actually not at all what
That
the
is
state
true.
said. The state simply said that you cannot perform these procedures, and so parents should get another opinion, and children should want to have another opinion.
that's not-
Because again, these are 9, 10, 11,
So if your
12-year-olds.
child is suffering from pediatric cancer and the state comes in and says to you, they recommend chemotherapy, but we're not going to let you do that. You can't. We think you should get a different opinion.
What's nice, though, by the way, is that I relate trans treatments back to chemotherapy all the time. I did it first, just FYI. Okay, he stole this bit from me. He came onto my stream, into my Twitter, and never said a fucking word to me. Okay, this is actually stealing content. He's doing a little content theft, a little content window shopping from your buddy Alec Gunter, huh? Jon Stewart, huh? Yeah. It's fine. It's all for a good
Here's
cause.
the organization we think you should get the opinion from. They're not the mainstream, but they're an organization. So that's who you have to
Trans people in sports is a problem. Why?
be treated by. Does that sound like something you would
Well, I
accept?
think that's a very extreme example. That's not at all in line with what we're talking about. We're not saying that at some point, because when you have cancer, it literally is.
You have 10
pediatric
views,
cancer.
nobody steals content from you? What? That's insane. No, I think Jon Stewart stole this from me.
And having friends that have lost children
Sure.
to pediatric cancer, having a 4-year-old, I'm sure.
I've got some bad news for you. Parents with children who have gender dysphoria have lost children to suicide and depression
They absolutely
because it's
have.
acute. And so these mainstream medical organizations have developed guidelines through peer-reviewed data and studies. And through those guidelines, they've improved mental health outcomes.
Queen Laura's a little pissed. Could someone ban her? Yeah, here, let me do that real quick. Oh, shit! That wasn't Laura. Oh, well, I'll let my mods take care of it.
So I'm confused why you follow AMA guidelines and AAAP guidelines for all other health issues in Arkansas, because we checked, but not for this.
It's simply saying, let those young people who are facing gender confusion and dysphoria, allow them to become adults and to make that decision. Allow a child to be a child.
So here's where we have our crossroads.
They don't often become adults for reasons that I won't get into right now. I think they know that. The fucked up thing is I think they know that, and that's kind of part of the point, right? Because demons like this do not want trans people to exist. And so the more of them who die young, the fewer they have to put up with in public, right? Just existing and living their lives, as trans people tend to do. They just don't like that for reasons.
You've made the determination that protecting these children means not giving them access to the guidelines and care that have been designed by medical and mental health professionals for children expressing gender dysphoria. And I'm asking you again, what are your qualifications to step in and say, no, keeping you from that care is protecting you. You've made that determination.
Well, these are irreversible decisions that these children at these young ages are making, or that their
They're
parents
not
are
making
making.
the decision. You're making it sound like a 9-year-old walks into a doctor's office and says, give me some testosterone. And the doctor goes, oh, thank God, because we're wanting to create an army of transgenders because we're crazy. And they go right in like...
No, we passed a law to protect the children in Arkansas, and I think that's what is important.
Again, the medical community disagrees with you that
Well,
that's
not all of the
protecting
medical
children.
community.
Who doesn't?
We have had experts testify here in Arkansas.
Okay.
Guys, this is me at 8 years old, running up to McDonald's to get my state-sanctioned testosterone and my Happy Meal. This is me. Getting my tea as required by law to forcibly trans me in my McDonald's Happy Meal, as you can all see, pictured here. My big estrogen, yeah, my Esto Burger. Pick up the delicious Estro Burger today, only at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm pretty sure that's the toy in the adult Happy Meals. Yeah, dude, that'd be sick. Purchase a Big Mac today and get your free vial of testosterone. Limited time only.
From what medical organizations?
Well, we have all of those in our briefs, and I apologize that I wasn't prepared to have a Supreme Court argument today in front of you, but we are going to have arguments on this case when the time comes.
That was fantastic. Perfect execution. Flawless. I love it. I love this. The more big name people that we have, especially cis people, I'll be honest, and especially, I'll be even more honest, cis males, right? Cis men, we have going up to bat for trans people, the better off we'll be. Because unfortunately, the society we live in takes the opinions of cis and especially straight men very seriously. They don't do so much with women and minorities, unfortunately. It's very sad. But that is the world we live in. That is the reality we live in. And that's why it's really, really good. And I'm very excited that Jon Stewart is on board with all this. I don't know. I think he tackles in his own show, like his history with trans issues, and like it's not been very good. And I think it's awesome that he was able to introspect and confront that. And I am in full uncritical support of Jon Stewart going out to bat for the little man like he always does, or the little woman, or the little envy, right? By the way, an amigo says, Shisui is trans too. Why did you ban them? Well, because I don't discriminate. If you say stupid shit, you will be banned. I don't care if you're trans or not. But I don't believe that that person was actually trans because both of you are kind of shitting on trans people. So, you know, anyway. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to click subscribe if you have not already. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when I upload. Leave a comment, leave a like. What do you guys think about Jon Stewart? I think it's pretty cool. Hopefully we see more celebrities doing stuff like this. Hopefully we see a lot more of this moving forward. I think it'd be pretty sick. I'd call him daddy. Would you call Jon Stewart daddy, guys? Tell me in the comments if you would call Jon Stewart daddy. Alrighty, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!